Hello. Oh my goodness, I don't have my mic on today, so hopefully the audio is okay for y'all, but I wanted to film a quick little get ready with me, and we're gonna be planning for May, but I feel like the past month or two has just been really hard for me creatively. I feel like I kind of went into like a slump because I was so swamped with doing stuff for edTPA and all that, but oh my gosh, I've missed you so much. And so today's video is just going to be kind of chill. I'm going to be kind of chatting with you all. The past few months I've actually been testing out Curology. Skin has actually been pretty good lately. I feel like it's just been a little dry because we've just been stuck inside and stuff. How have you all been? I feel like it's been so long since I've sat down and actually got to chat with you all. I feel like my perception of time is totally out the window. Like I forget what day it is, I forget what time it is. April was a very stressful month, I think, school-wise, because I felt like I had one thing after the other and I just had to push through. And now that I'm approaching the very end of the semester, kind of looking at everything collectively, it's kind of crazy to think that it's gonna be over very soon. Hopefully you're all, on top of your stuff right now for school. I know virtual learning can be really difficult to transition into. Oh, in case you're curious, I'm drinking Earl Grey tea today because I've been trying to go on like a coffee cleanse too. Like I'll only drink it every couple of days if I really need it. Last week I was drinking it like every day because girl, I cannot last without it. And I think for today's makeup look it's gonna be really easy. I usually don't like to put too much on anyways because I'm at home and I don't really need to, but if I'm filming or something then it's nice to kind of experiment and have the opportunity to put on a face, First question is, I really want to start a YouTube channel, but I'm still living at home and scared of being judged. Tips. Ooh, okay. I love this question a lot because I remember what it felt like to feel really uncomfortable, and even now, if I don't film for a while, I still feel uncomfortable filming in front of people. This is like a space where I feel very creative and kind of like in my own element, and so it's weird to have like a live audience watching you or knowing that people know that you're filming yourself talking and stuff. But honestly, I feel like it takes a lot of time and practice. I feel like you won't really know what it's like until you actually start doing it and getting used to talking to the camera. For me, I try to think about what kinds of videos I really like to watch and what I would like to create. But at the same time, like if you're just starting out, you can't be so hard on yourself because this may be something that is completely new to you. Like maybe you've never done something like this before. Oftentimes when we try new things and we don't know like what it's like, I think a lot of it comes from a place of fear and a place of like thinking that other people are gonna judge us. At the end of the day, everyone has something to say about it, or everyone will have something to say about it. You can't please everybody, So I feel like you need to figure out your why you wanted to start a YouTube. Is it for yourself or is it for other people? You don't have to post these videos, but just getting used to talking to the camera, I think is really important to practice. Even now, if I don't film for a while, I still get a little nervous and a little angsty before filming, and I think that's totally normal. I think it's hard too in these times if you're living at home with family and if you feel like it's kind of hard to find your own space. I try to think about like what times of the week really work for me to film. Yeah, stop procrastinating too. Like, give it a try. You should go for it. I get so excited when some of you message me about wanting to start your own channel or that you've already started your own channel, and it's super duper exciting. There's room for everybody in this space, which is why I love it so much. I think you just even having the passion or even the interest to try it, I think you should just give it a go. Because really, you don't have anything to lose, Eyebrows take me the longest. Okay, let's answer another quick question. How are you feeling right now? I hope you have a great rest of the week. Thank you so much. Good, but I also feel like I've been feeling kind of bleh lately. Now that I have already submitted my edTPA, it was a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. To give you context, the edTPA is like this huge project that it's like a year long, and it's based on my student teaching placement. It's basically a huge test to see if I can get my credential. You're analyzing student data, you're filming yourself teaching. I'm kind of transitioning into getting ready for graduation and thinking about interviewing now, and it's kind of crazy how things came full circle and we've reached this point now. To me, I think I'm very bittersweet about things because clearly this was not planned, you know, this whole pandemic and stuff, and our graduation being postponed kind of makes me sad because I was looking forward to being able to walk and being able to celebrate and knowing that my friends and family were going to be flying in, and now those plans have kind of shifted. It's better for everyone's safety to not come out here, but yeah, it's still something that kind of looms over my head a little, so it makes me a little sad. But for the most part, I think I've been really enjoying times of peace and quiet and just having time to reflect and take a walk and just enjoying like the smaller things, I think have made me really happy. I'm gonna let my hair air dry today. Next question is, how are you keeping up with motivation in this time? I need to know because I'm not able to. The thing that is helping me a lot right now is just understanding that in these times there's so much uncertainty, and usually we're all used to having the answers to everything and being able to plan out everything, but because we don't really know what's going to happen in the next couple of months, I think that just keeps me motivated to take precaution and to just keep doing what I'm doing. Because a worst case scenario and like an irrational fear, maybe it's not super irrational, but a fear that I do have is months from now, if we start to enter into a recession or something and I'm not able to work, then I just want to be able to be prepared for that, you know? Now I'm at a point in my life where I need to be making a lot of decisions, being more vocal about them, and I guess it's kind of a part of growing up too. Some quick tips is to set up a schedule for yourself, making sure that you're scheduling time for breaks and moving your body. I've started to work out more and become more aware about my body and like my health, and it's really helped me keep up my energy, especially since my schedule is like kind of scattered and all over the place and I have a lot of projects that I need to get to. It becomes really hard to do it all by yourself, like it's a one-woman show. In order for me to not burn out, like I have to stick to a schedule and I have to be okay with saying no to certain things and picking and choosing what is worth my energy and my time. Because sometimes like I could totally be sitting at my desk for hours and hours and work, but if I don't have balance and understanding how to like clock out, it's just gonna, my best work will not show through. This question is, what are some of your favorite snacks when you're studying? Honestly, I'm not the healthiest when it comes to study snacks. I kind of just munch on whatever. I love veggie sticks and I really like eating fruit. I used to eat like bread and stuff, but I've realized that that's not the smartest thing to do. You should not be eating bread and tons of carbs and stuff because it's just gonna make you crash. I've also liked eating like Kind bars are really good during studying because I feel like it gives you like a boost of energy, but for sure fruit is like really up there for me. What's the thing you're struggling the most with when it comes to mental health? Ooh, I think it's hard for me to articulate exactly how I feel unless I'm given time to process my own emotion. I've been going to therapy the past month and it's been really helping me kind of uncover a lot of deep things that have been in my mind for a long time. And I think ever since the end of last year when I was really going through a lot of things emotionally, I really didn't know how to talk to people about it. In the moment, there's adrenaline. If I'm in a mood of stress or feeling overwhelmed or feeling upset, oftentimes I like shut down and I don't work through those feelings and talk about it. It's easy for us to assume like in our relationships with other people that they can read our minds, but really they probably know as much as you know. And so I think it's important to be really honest with yourself. That's my thing. I would love to do another video talking more about mental health and stuff, so let me know if you'd be interested in a video like that. I have like leftover powder on this brush and I kind of wanted to use this quarantine time to practice doing makeup better because I feel like I do the same look all the time. I feel like when I find something that works, I kind of just stick to it for a while. I've been obsessed with these Glossier cloud paints for the past few months and I haven't even used a lot of it. They look like this, super cute, and I mixed the both of them because I feel like it's the perfect shade. Look at me talking about makeup like I know what I'm talking about. Okay, and then I add the rest of it to my lips. And the last step is highlighter, again from Glossier. And then for my hair, I'm gonna add a little bit of hair oil. This is the Bio Silk. I used to use the Chi Silk Infusion and I love that stuff too. But I just put this on my ends. I don't really know if it does anything. It just makes my hair smell good and feel soft. Okay, let's actually get down to business now and plan for our month, because I'm gonna be very upfront. I've been avoiding planning for May because May is my graduation month and I have no idea what I'm doing. This is not how I pictured my senior year. You all know that I've been using this journal for a very, very long time, and the past few months I've actually used a lot of its pages for field notes when I was observing during student teaching. This journal has just gone through it. Like, I spilled coffee on it and all that stuff. So last month I decided to crack open a new bullet journal. I feel like when I open a new journal and I start it, I'm like super anal about it, and I want to make sure it's perfect because it's a new notebook and it deserves perfection. I don't know if anybody else gets weird and sentimental like that with their notebooks. It's really not that deep, but if you're into like stationery and stuff like I am, then you get the gist and you know what I'm talking about. This is a new journal that I received from Archer and Olive. They are a wonderful, wonderful journal company. This isn't sponsored or anything. I just really like their stuff. I love this because it's actually a pretty darker color than what I would usually go for, but I kind of dig it, so it's very sleek. At the beginning of the month, I always think about 2 to 3 intentions, 2 to 3 goals, and then a few like affirmations for myself, because I feel like it's really important to reflect on those things. And it's really for me, not really for anybody else to think about. I'm in my head like all the time, so writing stuff out like this helps me kind of open up a little bit. This is like my way of having self-care, you know? And it's important to do that at the beginning of the month, so that way you ease into your month with good energy. Okay, I'm not trying to be no negative Nancy here. I wanted to keep things pretty minimal this month, but add a little more color, especially the color yellow, because I feel like yellow is a good color to start with. Hi everyone, I'm back. So it's been a few hours now. I was working on my bullet journal and then I had a couple of calls to take for school and stuff. I feel like this is the best spread I've had in a while because I actually took some more time to doodle a little more this time. And so first page just has like a bunch of lights. The first intention says, I don't have to anticipate people's needs. I don't have to feel guilty for taking space for myself. I feel like in the month of May or the month of April, I tried to take more time to really focus on the things I needed to focus on, especially with school and everything. And so now that I'm approaching the very end of the semester, I feel like it's so interesting because in my therapy session, I was talking about this whole idea of whether or not to move back home and how that's been like such a huge question over my head. And now I'm put in a position where I need to figure out what I want, you know, and not feel guilty for making those choices, because in the end, it's really not about anybody else. It's about me and what I think is best for me. So that's what I want to do this month, is just focus on doing me. The second intention for the month is learning and having knowledge is an incredible gift. Use this time to ignite your curiosity. As you all know, I've been reading a little bit. I just started this new book. Let me grab it. I want to keep getting more into reading and stuff because I do really love to learn and I like being in school. So not being a student anymore kind of freaks me out. So I'm just gonna keep buying books. And this book is called The Science of Storytelling: Why Stories Make Us Human and How to Tell Them Better by Will Storr. I've heard amazing things about this book and I just started it, so I'll keep you all updated. Knowledge in general is something that is such high value, and maybe I'm biased for saying that because I'm you know, becoming a teacher or whatever, but seriously, like, I don't think it has to just be in a classroom setting. Like, now that we're given all this time in quarantine and shelter in place, I would love to know like 2 or 3 things that you would love to learn during this time. Leave them in the comments below and then we can chit chat about it. So that brings me to my goals for the month. First one is make time to celebrate. So May 16th is when I'm graduating. I want to take a little bit of time to myself and just have fun and not do any sort of work whatsoever. The second one is get inspired through new films, books, and places. I started to kind of get back into watching movies and stuff. I recently watched Parasite. Parasite is an amazing movie. It's such a dope film. And I've also just been watching a lot of new vloggers and stuff. Hey Green Doll is one of them. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Suedu is another videographer that I truly admire, and I feel like it's such an art, you know? So I would love to learn how to be able to create stuff like that. And then the last goal for this month, kept it really simple, is to plan my finances for the remaining of 2020. Such an important time to be thinking about your money and what you're putting your money towards. Every penny counts right now. Because I'm graduating soon, I need to figure out like what my plan is. I have like a separate binder where I have all of my documents, but I also have an Excel spreadsheet now where I list out all of my expenses. We can get into that in another video too if you all are interested. I'm still trying to figure out like a good system for myself, honestly, because I think that money in general is something that should be talked about more, but realistically, it's hard to create like an emergency savings fund if you don't have money coming in, or if all of your money coming in is going towards your bare necessities and bills and stuff. So I would love to talk to you guys about that in another video, but that's my goal. Like, I need to get my stuff together. So the next page is just like a regular monthly spread. I love the theme of this month, y'all. I drew tangerines all over this month's spread because it just makes me so happy and it's so me, you know? May starts on a weekend, so I didn't want to do a full week spread on the first page. I kind of just had 3 spaces for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then on the next page, I have a page that's called So What's Next? And it's just a blank page where I'll have space to kind of brain dump all of my ideas that I want to pursue for this month. And I feel like that's a good journaling exercise because we're in our head so much. At least for me, I'm always in my head and I have so many ideas all the time, but if I don't write it down, then it's not a for real idea. This is just a good exercise to get those juices flowing. As we approach into our weekly spread, I kept it pretty similar throughout. I kind of like switched up the pages a little bit. They're not all even. I used to be super anal about making sure that every box is perfect, but at this point in my bullet journaling career, like, this is what we're dealing with and this is what we're gonna get. But I kind of like that it's not super perfect and super symmetrical too. It kind of adds a little character and it's like very much me. I also left some spaces here to include like weekly goals. Sometimes I'll add like a grocery list or upcoming important events for the week. That's all I have for today. If you reached it to the end of this video, thank you so much for joining me on this planning video. If you'd like to see more journaling videos and stuff, let me know. Before you go, I wanted to quickly say thank you so much for 50,000 plus subscribers. I believe that there's even more of you now. Thanks for stopping by, and I'm so happy that you're here. We have a pretty good time here, and I hope that you're finding time for yourselves to be creative. And I hope you're not being too hard on yourselves in this time because everything has changed and things are going to be a little slower pace right now, and we kind of just have to accept it and make the best out of the situation the best way that we can. So don't you worry, I have some fun videos for you guys other than studying. Thank you so much for reaching it to the end, and I will catch you all very soon.